Okay, so I think we're back in action. We're back in action here, and I wanted to take a few minutes to welcome you to another fine guitar session with Jason Carey. It's live streaming tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and thank you very much for continuing your journey on the guitar. So tonight we are going to talk about 3 reasons. What is it? 3 reasons you should continue to play your guitar. Pretty solid reasons here coming right up, and you don't want to miss these. So let's tune up real quick. We're going to stay in standard tuning tonight. So open low E string, A, D, G, B, E. Got it? Just kidding. So here we'll start with low E. All right, and A. Hopefully we're already in tune, but just do a quick check. D, G. Had some fuzz on my ear there. B, and E. If you're wondering what this sound is, I'm not sure if I shared this with you yet or not, but this is a tambourine, and it's on a rug underneath my feet. And actually the rug is, I should probably show you the rug here while I'm at it, just because we're taking up some time here. Oops, can I do this without wrecking everything? Alright, so you can see the carpet here. This is what I'm sitting on, and this is what allows the let's see, let's get this back in action here. This is what allows this tambourine to sort of float. It floats enough to get a little action. If we had this on the hardwood floor, I mean, it's not nearly as exciting, right? So while you're practicing your guitar, it's always a good idea to sort of have the capacity to measure time. And most of us, we like to use metronomes. How's the framing on this? Did I put it back in the right place? Okay. But I like to use a metronome, which I can't reach right now, but it's basically a click track. But as long as we start basically just learning how to count to 4 on the guitar, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's a pretty good place to start. We can start by playing 12-bar blues with that 1, 2, 3, 4 count. And we count it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're playing 2 downstrokes, or 1 downstroke followed by another downstroke. And we're playing the E5 chord. We'll talk a little bit about blues. This is probably the #1 reason, and these are not in sequential order or preferential order, but it's just fun stuff. You know, the guitar is fun. It adds a layer of fun and recreation to one's life, and if you practice it enough, you could even become a professional guitar player, or I might even use the word musician. People do it, and it's worth it, because #1 reason is it's fun. So George Garzone from the Fringe, you'll hear him say once in a while, maybe rarely, I don't know, but he's said it before. Why do it if it's not fun? So that's #1. 1, open low E string, fret 2 on the A string, and fret 4 on the A string. We'll toggle back and forth between E5 and then fret 4 on the A. And then we'll move on up to the A5. 2, 3, 4, and then 2 more bars on the E. And then we're heading up to the B5 for 1 bar, and then we'll transition down to the A, 2, 3, 4, and then E. Okay, so we have the E blues, which is really fun. And if you wanted to, you can learn how to play the open low E, the E minor pentatonic scale, which is a really cool thing to do. But we've covered this before. We've covered some blues before in previous lessons. So if you haven't had a chance to go through our sort of repertoire, our growing list of guitar lessons, we have some pre-recorded guitar lessons. I think they're 12-bar blues in E. And we didn't, however, cover reason number 2 in that lesson, that particular lesson, 12-bar blues in E. The second really important reason for playing the guitar is its accessibility. Okay, so many of us come to the guitar, we've heard about it being easy, we've heard about it being accessible, but we don't work through, for whatever reason, many of us don't work through the first 2 or 3 or 4 weeks of the guitar, and we sort of hang it up, and we sort of, you know, kind of fool around with it, which is fine, which is cool. And a lot of us do that. We love to play around campfires. We have fun with it, and that's reason number 1 for playing the guitar is fun. For number 2, it's accessible. So, like for example, if you wanted to play along on that E blues with us here, you could play that open. Here's the first pattern: open 3, O2, 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 open 3, open 3, and then backwards. Everything we do up must come down in pitch. Okay? So that's E minor pentatonic in open position, but we could also play E minor pentatonic here in second position. Say what?
Aaron says, don't get discouraged, folks. Keep at it.
Hey, bonjour. I hope you're playing this. This is great stuff. Now, E minor pentatonic in open position is wonderful. We can patternize it. So if you were going to play it in open position, it would typically start with open low E, fret number 3 on the low E, open A, fret number 2 on the A, open D, fret number 2 on the D, open G, and then fret number 2 on the G, open B, fret number 3 on the B, open high E, and then fret number 3 on the high E string. Okay. So that's the pattern: O3, O2, 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 O3, O3. Okay? So the second position pattern is also E minor pentatonic, starting on 3, 5, 2, 5, 2, 5. notes are, we don't have a root note on the low E string unless we use the open low E string, but we're starting on position 2, so we'll use G, A, B, D, E, and then G, A, B, D, E. Those are the root notes. The root notes here are in open position. Let's contrast that position for a second with the open position. E. We had 2 open E strings and a fret 2 on the D string. In second position, we only have 2 E notes in the scale pattern. Then we move on up to the next pattern, which is going to be we're using we're going to use position number, let's say number 5 with the first finger stretch. We have an E, and then we have finger 2 stretches back to fret number 3. This is a kind of a challenging one. It's not everyone's favorite one, but I'll play it just so you have it. Oh, that's what is that? What is that? It's a Incubus tune, I think. There it is, open, and then fret 5. Something like that. And then, so there's that nice E minor pattern here. All right, then we have another one here. On position number 9. So we'll start with finger number 4, and then finger number 2. And we're using that finger, 1 finger per fret pattern. So for example, my first finger is going to cover frets on 9, second on 10, third on 11, and fourth on 12. Okay, so E minor pentatonic, and then we get back up to where we started in open position on position number 12. So this time, because the open, here's a really cool, this isn't the third reason why we should continue playing guitar, but this is pretty cool. So when we play the open string on the guitar, and we move up to fret number 12, that's also the same name as the open string. So for example, the E string on fret number 12, this double dotted fret, will be E. A, fret 12 is A. D, G, B, and then E, right? So let's see. We have finger 1 on fret number 12, and then finger 4 on fret number 15. So 1, 4, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 4. So what I'd recommend you do is play that minor pentatonic shape, but just start with that third or fourth finger on fret number 15 on the high E string, and then use some sort of simple pattern like this, fret 15 to 12. And then play over the top of this E blues pattern. So that's that leads us to our third reason why we should continue to play the guitar throughout our lives, and that is guitar is a great way for us to communicate with one another using a language of love and hope. Okay, so there are headbangers out there, God bless you, and we all love it, and it's a wonderful genre. But why do you do it? You basically play the guitar because it's like making bread, or it's like making cheese or something. You do it because you love it. And if you really love something, then you want to share that with other people so they can also really love something. And that's an important part of why I think we should continue playing guitar. So let's talk a little bit more about what we could do with a 12-bar blues. We could also use this really cool shape, which we haven't covered yet. So instead of that 12-bar blues that we sort of have become accustomed to, we could use fret 7 on the A string, fret 9 on the D, and fret 9 on the G. And we could use all of the other strings as open strings. So open E, open B, open high E. Okay, so fret basically that same pattern that we were playing on E. We can move down to B, and then we could move down to A, but this time because we have 0 fret, we have that 2 fret. Let's go back to E for a second. From E, we're using that up 1, 2 frets, and up 1 string, putting a finger down, up 1 more string, place a finger down. And then we have that nice 2 fret relationship. Up 2 frets, up 1 string, up another string. And you got the root, the 5th, and the root. Do, re, mi, fa, sol. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, mi, re, do, sol, do. Right? You have that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 7, 1. And then that makes a really powerful chord. So 1, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. Measure 2. And we're headed to that A. Counting 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. So if you're having difficulty playing those minor pentatonic shapes, the theory is if you can sing it, you can play it. So I'm going to try to sing something on the guitar and imitate it, or sing something with my voice, pardon me, and imitate it on the guitar. Beep, beep, dee, 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 doo. Another cool thing to do when you're playing these minor pentatonic shapes on the guitar is learn how to play Eric Johnson's Cliffs of Dover. Maybe we'll do that in a lesson coming up. But you can have, because there's an open E string that's the same exact note, only an octave lower as the 12th fret, you could also introduce open strings into these patterns. So we could also play all natural harmonics. Boy, there's so much to do just here in the key of E, and we're only really covering one key of E, one key. So it happens to be the key of E. So let's take a look at how else we may. I don't know if you ever did that Rush song called "The Spirit of Radio." I don't know if. Something like that, but you have that nice E chord. Oh, I think we go directly to B. So it uses the same three chords as the E blues pattern. So we could borrow those chord shapes, plug those into the E blues pattern. Begin the day with a friendly voice. Right, so if we wanted to use those, that would be great. It would open up a whole new palette of experience for the 12-bar blues structure. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And we've got one of those Alex Lifeson chords here. That was open A, fret 7 on the D, fret 6 on the G, open B, and open high E. And you could throw that low E in there, but really it's an A chord, so we'll try to get that thumb wrapped around the low E string to choke that low E string out, so we can hear that A string in the bass. So we have that 2, 3, 4, and then measure 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, and then A. That nice sort of Canadian A. You could sort of fold that into some of the old chords that we know and create these really nice new composite syntheses of the old and new, and that's exciting. That's what music is all about, is taking some really cool thoughts that you learned from somebody long ago maybe, and communicating those with someone new, and so the cycle continues. So thanks again. I just wanted to take a moment, and I felt it was really important to just deviate from the normal structure and talk about 3 good reasons for playing guitar. Can you recite those? Maybe you have your own 3 good reasons you want to share with us, and we'd love to hear about it. So happy picking, and keep watching every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be here to play guitar live now with Jason Carey, talk about some really great stuff. So thanks again, and don't forget, give us a little less. Like, share, subscribe. Those are really, really important features for us, and we certainly do appreciate that. It enables us to continue doing what we're doing, and certainly appreciate the encouragement. And we'll see you again. And don't forget, keep picking.